Good morning, student. Today we'll solve this example, how to find the inverse z transform of the given function x of z is equal to 1 minus z raised to power minus 1 plus z raised to power minus 2 divided by first factor 1 minus half into z raised to power minus 1 bracket complete, second bracket 1 minus z into 1 minus 2 into z raised to power minus 1 bracket complete, and the third factor is 1 minus z raised 2 minus 1 bracket complete, and this ROC is given the magnitude of z here is greater than 1 but less than 2. Okay, so we have to find here the inverse z transform. So by using the partial fraction, use a partial fraction expansion, we can write here x of z is equal to a1 over 1 minus half into z raised to power minus 1 plus a2 over 1 minus 2 z raised to power minus 1 plus a3 over 1 minus z raised to power minus 1. Okay, so this a1, a2, a3, if you solve this for a1, a2 and a3, this a1 if you solve it will come 1, a2 is coming equal to 2 here, and a3 is coming here minus 2. And if you put these values x of z, and if you substitute this value, the 1 over 1 minus half z raised to power minus 1 plus 2 over 1 minus 2 z raised to power minus 1 plus minus 2 over 1 minus z raised to power minus 1. Okay, so in this way we can write the values of a1, a2 and a3. So as this is the minus 1, so minus sign will appear here. Okay, so now we will find the inverse z transform of each terms. We will find the inverse z transform of the each term using the relationship between the location of the poles and ROC of the x of z. Location of the poles and ROC of the x of z. For that we will draw this. This is the real part of z. Okay, so here this is unity, this is half, zero, this is half, this is 1, and this is 2. Okay, so this is a first unit circle of radius 1. This is the second circle of radius 2. Okay, so this imaginary part we can draw here, imaginary part of z. And now this is the 2, this is minus 2, and therefore this is a z plane, and the location of poles and ROCs for this is this figure is the location of poles and ROCs. So we'll find the inverse transform of this first term, that is 1 over 1 minus half into z raised to power minus 1. Okay. So here the ROC has the radius greater than z is equal to, this ROC is greater than 1. So the ROC has radius greater than the pole at z is equal to half, because first pole is at z is equal to half. So z is equal to half, that means the ROC, that is magnitude of z, is greater than also the pole at z is equal to half. Therefore we can find the first term is here 1 minus half into z raised to power minus 1. We'll find the inverse of the first term. So here the first term has the right-sided inversion transform. So we already seen that if such cases occurs, means here the magnitude of z is greater than dk. What is dk here? This is your dk. So if such condition prevails, then we can write here what we have seen, that if this is ak over 1 minus dk into z raised to power minus 1, and with ROC, the magnitude of z is greater than dk. Okay. So you have seen that how we can find the inverse transform. This is ak into dk raised to power n into u of n. So this, if you compare this both the are same. Here the ROC is also greater than dk, and what is value of dk is here 2. So we can take the help of this general form and we can write the inverse of this first term. So what is here ak? Ak is here 1. ak is here 1, and what is dk? dk is half. Therefore half raised to power n. What is dk here? dk is here half raised to power n, and what is un? Here it is un. So this is the inverse z transform, okay, of the first term. This is the first term. Now we'll go for the second term. So ROC has also the radius less than the pole at z is equal to 2. Okay. ROC has radius less than, because we have seen that the magnitude of z is less than 2 but greater than 1. So first pole is at half. Okay. Now we'll discuss the second pole at z is equal to 2. Second pole at z is equal to 2, and z is equal to 2 means your z ROC is less than 2. And whenever magnitude of z is less than dk, then we have to find this second term, which is a 2 over 1 minus 2 z raised to power minus 1. Okay. So what is dk here now? The magnitude of z is less than here 2. Magnitude of z is less than 2 here. And when the magnitude of z is less than 2, then we can write the inverse Laplace transform is like this, minus ak. So what is minus ak? ak is 2. So we can write minus 2. Again, now here we have to write second factor is dk raised to power n. So what is value of decay is here 2. So 2 raised to power n, and now here your magnitude of z is less than dk, and therefore we can write here as per the theory u of minus n minus 1. Okay, so the z, sorry, inversion of the z transform of this term is this minus 2 into 2 raised to power n into u of n minus 1. Okay, now the last term, that is ROC, has a radius greater than the pole at z is equal to 1. So this is the right-sided inverse transform. Therefore, the third term we can write here 2 over 1 minus z raised to power minus 1. Its inverse z transform will be. So what is here? The magnitude of z is greater than dk. What is dk here? Dk is 1. Okay, but here the magnitude, that is ROC, has a radius greater than the pole at z is equal to 1. Okay, so magnitude of z, we can write here by taking the help of the theory. What is ak minus ak? So what is ak here? 2 minus 2, and that is a dk raised to power n. So what is dk here? Dk is here 1. So 1 raised to power n. Okay, into u of n. U of okay. Here the magnitude of z is greater than dk. Magnitude of z is greater than here dk. What is dk here? Dk is 1 here. Dk is here. Coefficient of z raised to power minus 1. So dk is here 1. So magnitude of z is greater than 1. So whenever such condition prevails, we can write here its value is minus. This sign is minus actually. Okay. The third term is here. Third term is minus 2 over 1 minus z raised to power minus 1. Okay. So this is the reason we have got such type of the terms, and now combining the individual terms, that will give you the total inverse of Z transform. First term gives the inverse Z transform. Second term gives 2 into 2 raised to power minus n into u of minus n minus 1 minus 2 into u of minus 1. So this is the inverse Z transform of the given function. So thank you for watching.